Hello everyone. We're finally here.
Whee!
Yes, we're finally here after a winter storm that we had to push the event a couple of times, but we're finally here.
Almost survived.
We all survived, and we're gonna go through our website here, and for those who never had the opportunity to see the website and go through the virtual exhibition, we're just gonna help you go through it, and it's your lucky day. One of the things I wanted to do first is to introduce a very close friend of mine, artist, filmmaker, musician, and the creative director of veintiuno. His name is Sergio Carvajal Leone. We have known each other for about 21 years already, man. It's crazy. It's been this long time of friendship, huh?
That is correct. That is correct. Okay, so this is veintiuno.art, the virtual exhibition that we have for Ender Martos 21. We decided at some point just to do it as a website. It's such a complex, I guess, a bizarre word, virtual exhibition. So there's obviously a myriad ways that you can potentially do it. We decided to just do a website that kind of works like a little home. So this is the lobby of the website, or the lobby of this virtual exhibition that we have. These are some of these are the presenters of this exhibition: the City of Austin, the Austin Parks and Recreation, the Mexican American Cultural Center.
And wait a second, don't forget about this great company, Tiburon Transmedia.
Yeah, there you go. Then that's my company right here, and that's it's been an honor to be working on this particular project with you guys. So anyways, this is the virtual exhibition. We have different rooms, and we have the doors to those particular rooms, and then and we have like this kind of like lobby area where you are able to just press the video and get in the mood, which is an intro video that will tell you actually just how to better experience the website.
How has your life been in the past 21 years? How much has it changed? Where will you be in the next 21? Do you know?
Hola, thank you for visiting veintiuno, a virtual exhibition of the work of Ender Martos. To best experience veintiuno, we recommend to scroll down, enter the first room, watch the video, enjoy pictures of Ender's pieces, and check out the Smithsonian Virtual Gallery, as well as extra media content that is part of each room. Then enter other rooms and do the same. Also, visit other areas of the site, such as the shop and the About section. And finally, sign our guest book so you can be part of giveaways of limited Ender Martos prints we will be doing throughout this exhibition. Enjoy! Okay, so we're back into this. That was the first video that kind of gets people in the mood. One of the things that we talked about from the get-go was just kind of how veintiuno would be a celebration of diversity. And so this idea came to be of having this Venezuelans, because there's such a crazy diversity in Venezuela. There's such an insane diversity in Venezuela. I think none of people really quite understand just how diverse that place was. So this idea of just showing all of these faces of different Venezuelans that live here in Austin, Texas, who are obviously of multiple backgrounds, and some of them are coming from Asia, tons of folks coming from obviously Europe, and people coming from Africa, and folks coming in from there was just this I guess this mix of people.
A melting pot. We had a period of time in Venezuela where we were very open to immigration, and we definitely had tons of people coming from Europe and from all over the place. It was a booming economy we had back then, and then we were so accepting, and then we had an amazing, mixture of people, and everybody was like together. It wasn't something like it was segregated. It was just like everybody was in the same place and living together. It was great.
Yeah, I mean, so some of these folks I mean, I have a stop right here on Joaquin because not only we decided to look for very interesting people that were not only had a racial or ethnic background that was diverse, or also just people that had very diverse backgrounds. So Joaquin is like this genius dude. Igor is one of the first people that we met.
Yeah, that Igor was like our first Venezuelan, probably the first Venezuelan who ever moved to Austin.
We call him Pop Smurf.
Yeah. It's just like anytime I need advice, I go to him, man. He's a great person.
Yeah, so all this Leonardo, he's a quite interesting guy. I mean, it's actually quite interesting that how many people Ender knows. Ender is like the epicenter of the world. He knows more people than he has more friends than anyone that I know.
Well, I think it's great. I grew up in a very, very social environment in Mérida, and meeting everybody in the neighborhood. Tons of friends I had there. I don't know everybody in the world, like as Sergio says, but I think I'm very fortunate to have such a great group of friends.
And Leonardo here is coming from Miami.
Yeah.
He moved not too long ago, and he's a photographer.
He's also like has some Italian blood running through his veins, and great photographer. Yeah.
He was telling us this story about how his father was one of the people that started the movie theaters in Venezuela, and he was like this Italian immigrant that had bought this movie film projector. And he was showing the films to parties. I guess people would be like, and he would carry all these reels of different films and go to different parties. So, anyways, this it was kind of like, how do we, if we're gonna create an exhibition, and this exhibition is virtual, how can we make this thing to be perhaps have a human element to it? Even though it is virtual, it has to be human. So we really sought out like people. We sought out like people that we thought were quite interesting folks, and then we spent some time with them, following obviously our safety guidelines, and then we shot just their faces, and so we kind of like had this very interesting moment of where people were telling us about their stories with these 21 people,
It was a great experience because the first idea was to only show the faces of these 21 people, but through the process, we were going to their home or their work environments, and we had a conversation, and through this conversation we even with Mariana Salazar, it was one that was like really interested in like get to know everyone involved within this project. And then with this idea Sergio and I decided to add a questionnaire for each one of these people, so they can everybody can know more about them. And then if you're really interested in knowing more about these faces, you can go to my Instagram account, Ender Martos, and you can learn some more about them.
Yeah, so basically, I know that there are some comments on Facebook if you want to take a look at it. But before we go into seeing those comments, Romy, I would say about the final thought about this wonderful Venezuelans that we spent some time with. The exhibition, then so this is the beginning of the exhibition. It's like we're painting, we're making this virtual space. So we start off with connecting with these 21 people, and then we decided to use the Instagram account of Ender, which is instagram.com/Ender Martos, to show, which is what Ender is saying, just a bit more about these guys. And we asked them the same questions. If you see the intro and you see the teaser, there are these questions. What are about 21? What do you do in the last 21? What are you going to do in the next 21? So we asked them the same questions, and they reply to those questions. And then if you go to the Instagram of Ender, you get to see, you have to log in.
Go ahead.
Oh, please.
I was gonna say we definitely have some comments here. We have one of the faces. We have Elizabeth Goons. She made a comment. Was a great idea. She says Austin is great to live in. That's what she says.
There.
That's great. Yeah, she's right.
So this is Elizabeth and her husband. They are. We decided to. They're the only ones. There are two in the same one. And,
right.
And the reality was, they're such a power couple, you know. So they really just kind of like work together very well as a unit. So we decided to stick him as one. But Elizabeth is the president of the Venezuelan Association in Austin.
Yeah.
So and she's a very, very interesting lady, and you actually will see it in some of the. She's definitely a very big collaborator in this in veintiuno.
Definitely, she is.
Should I continue on the? Is there another?
Yes, you should continue. I'll let you know if there are more comments.
Okay, we're back into the veintiuno exhibition. This is the three rooms. Room 1, 2, and 3 is sort of set up into past, present, and future. Or obviously present as being something that is kind of a little bit of the past. And then you choose which one to go. As we said in the intro, we recommend to go in just a step-to-step fashion, so they enter room 1. There's an interesting copy right here that we recommend you guys to read. We spend quite a bit of time into writing and just massaging the content of this exhibition. Okay, so this is what Mr. YouTube, other folks are also have some comments on YouTube. Look, thank you very much for that comment, Jesus. But we're only gonna be looking at comments on Facebook right now, just to keep it. He's still communicating with me. Check Zoom. Okay, well, great. All right. So here we go. This is the room 1, and we'll play the video of room 1, and then we'll come back and discuss it. All right. So here we go with the video, and this is how's everything going? You feeling good?
It's doing great. Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Oh, fantastic. So then this is the first video of room 1. You guys enjoyed, and we'll continue on talking to you guys, and please continue on sending us your comments.
En Venezuela, de donde yo vengo, es difícil no ser artista. Mis primeros 21 años transcurrieron en los Andes venezolanos, en mi tierra natal de Mérida. Un verdadero banquete de colores y sensaciones que nunca, jamás termina. Imágenes de una nueva Venezuela suelen confundir a la gente, los hace sentir y pensar que mi país siempre fue así, todo un caos. Pero el país donde crecí, donde viví, donde reí, donde sentí el llamado de ser artista, ese país donde aprendí a amar por primera vez, era como un sueño mágico ancestral. Un lugar lleno de diversidad, vida y belleza. Fue un privilegio haber crecido ahí. Y fue en ese país que artistas como Jesús Soto, Gego, Alejandro Otero y Carlos Cruz Diez desarrollaron un nuevo lenguaje visual que llenó de arte todos los rincones de Venezuela con una propuesta única y vibrante.
Venezuela tiene una característica que es la luz. La luminosidad de Venezuela yo no la he encontrado en otro sitio. La manera de cómo el sol, los rayos del sol caen en Venezuela es diferente a otras partes del mundo. Yo creo que quizás hay esa influencia de ver cómo la luz se ve con diferentes colores. Y puede ser que por allí es por donde empezó Soto y empezó Cruz Diez a tratar la luz.
El trabajo de estos maestros venezolanos ha influenciado completamente mi obra. El estudio de la luz y su relación con el color y el movimiento es sin lugar a dudas mi gran obsesión. Siguiendo a estos maestros, también aprendí que el arte debe ser siempre una experiencia tanto para el creador como para cualquiera que interactúe con la pieza. Una experiencia que mejore tu vida. Para lograr ese objetivo se necesita precisión. Aun cuando el resultado final se busca que se sienta espontáneo, el proceso es detallado y controlado, tanto en piezas grandes como en piezas pequeñas. Gran parte de mi obra es un tributo a estos maestros y también a esa verdadera diversidad que disfruté creciendo en Venezuela.
Venezuela es un país atípico en la cultura latinoamericana. La amabilidad, la integración del venezolano es extraordinaria. La disposición de aceptar al extranjero que se nacionalizó y se consideraba venezolano, al igual que cualquier venezolano. Siendo un país tan abierto, los artistas venezolanos que se combinaron con estos extranjeros compartían sus intereses en el arte y su manera de pensar y de desarrollar esas habilidades.
El señor Tomás es ejemplo de esa diversidad venezolana, hijo del artista Gego, alemana que se enamoró de Venezuela, como otros inmigrantes de todas partes del mundo que convergieron en ese único país. Te invito ahora a disfrutar las piezas de esta parte de mi exhibición virtual 21, piezas que fueron inspiradas tanto por el movimiento venezolano de arte cinético como mis primeros 21 años de vida en Venezuela, un verdadero melting pot del que fui parte antes de mudarme a los Estados Unidos.
Yes, that was the room one of room
Yeah.
one video.
Woo!
You want to go ahead and actually just go into the website and then show your paintings and sculptures
Yeah.
that you have for 21 for that room one.
Yes, I'll do that. Let's go to room 1 and talk about a little bit of some of the pieces that I created. An inspiration of living in such an exotic place. For instance, this piece, Graceful Celestial Vernal Equinox 2. This was made for a transnational corporation here in Austin, actually. It was such a big challenge for me in a way because this is the first time I ever created something with that dimension, and it was quite interesting to sit down with, you know, architects and engineers trying to figure out the logistics behind it, and it was a great experience. And the most beautiful part of this is just like I was trying to bring some of that light experience that I had when I was growing up in Mérida, Venezuela, and the beautiful thing about this piece is, like, as you can tell, there was this huge glass wall that was letting a lot of natural light coming into the space, which plays beautifully with the monofilament of the nylon that I use to create these monofilament pillars. And so there's quite a lot to see when you're walking through it. Then we can see the next one, the Chromatic Passage of Light. This is another piece I created for the Facebook offices at the Domain here in Austin, in which I also wanted to bring some of the same vibrant colors that I grew up with, and like that I saw in nature, and I saw a lot in Mérida and the mountains and through the fauna and flora. It was, you know, so it was more like, how do you replicate something in such a small space and in a hall, and that was kind of like the inspiration behind it. At the same time, while you walk through the space, you'll have this moire effect going on in each side of the walls, because there's about 35,000 feet of monofilament counting the walls and the ceiling. So there's two layers where you can see this moire effect going through it.
I think that Robert Ferris in the Chronicle put it very well. It's
Oh yeah.
It's like the art, doing your art with something a bit high masculine in mathematics.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
That's basically what you feel whenever you go through that.
Yeah. He definitely digested the work. Like he had one of the pieces in front of him actually. It was great. And then this is Swirl Go Round 3. This is one of the pieces also that was bringing some of these same ideas of color, but in this case it's a sculptural piece that I wanted to recreate, having the same monofilament pillars but interacting with each other instead of just on a line. So you can walk around and create these like different things that happens within the piece when the lines are interacting with each other. Then let's see some of the other ones. Well, this is a piece where I got the inspiration. There you go. There it is, yeah. This piece is now sitting right there on the Mexican American Culture Center. If anybody wants to come and enjoy it, if you were either jogging or riding your bike or walking around that area, you can come and see and experience. There's actually a plaque there that you can interact with it, leave your comments. There's as long as you use the hashtag 21 in number, veintiuno in letters, and 21 in number, and then leave your comments about the diversity.
We'll put that hashtag.
Okay.
Maybe we'll put that later on as well.
All right. Okay. We'll do that too, so everybody will have. And then you can see some of these other pieces that I was just talking about, and the process of creating it. It was quite very exciting projects that I've been involved with, and let's see, what else do I have around here. Well, this is another piece which is kind of like the same idea of the large piece, and this is how it started. It started to be in a small scale, where I was playing with this movement and these colors that was interacting with the light at the same time. So when you walk in from side to side, you see the Moiré effect going up and down. And you see a lot going on too, how the colors in the background of these monofilament cylinders interact with the cylinders itself. And let's see, what else do we have around here?
We have also the extra content on that.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, in this room, I mean, as you probably saw, a lot of the shots is about that country that we all, I'm talking about Sergio and I lived in, and then we were figuring out how do we portray the mountains of Merida, and we were like looking to see who was still down there that had a camera and had this something like a drone so we can get these beautiful shots, and then we came across to Ronald Romero, and who has this beautiful photography of the Paramo, of the mountains. And then we contacted him, and he went there for a weekend and just like sit down over there for.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Yeah. If you want to show him some of those pictures that Ronald takes. And maybe me go into the 21 right here, Romy, and maybe on the 4. So I would say about the extra content, the idea is, okay, we were talking about 21 as being like a virtual house or a virtual gallery space.
Mm-hmm.
You come into the first one, which is going to be the lobby. You're presented with, like, somebody greets you and says, look, this is kind of how this is going to work out. And then you choose which doors you want to do, and we're telling you go to number 1. So you open number 1, and then you're greeted once again with this video that just somebody else tells you, okay, this is what room 1 is all about, and then that prepares you to the artwork of Ender, because here's a part of it. This is an artwork, and I think that Robert Ferris from the Chronicle also just wrote it really well. this is artwork that is meant to be walking around. You know, you need to look at it every time that you move. Something moves. It's artwork that is alive, and then obviously when you put it into a 2D environment, a static environment, you know, there's so much that you can get. So the idea was, okay, we'll get you into this world of the artist, into his mind, into what makes him create this stuff. Then we kind of we show you a little bit, and we did get some video to show you kind of how it moves tiny bit. Obviously, this was a great idea as well from the people from the MAC to partner up with the Smithsonian to offer the exhibition on basically on
their learning lab,
on the Smithsonian Learning Lab.
Yeah, it's meant to be for educators, and then you know, anybody that is looking for a particular genre of art can go here and be inspired, and you know, use it for their own tools to teach.
Yeah, that's a really cool tool that is meant for education. And so we had this extra content that was that basically just gave you a little bit more from other creators about this world of Ender. There we put some pictures of Ender. You can who do you think that Ender is right here? Oh, you know, we should have started just giving away stuff. You know, who is Ender? Okay, well here's the first question to you guys. Let's check out some comments. And it's gonna be the first giveaway that we're gonna do today. Who from these three people is Ender? All right, do we have some comments?
Let's see. We got some new comments. Not about this photo yet, but I'll let you know.
Okay, the first person that says who from these three people, left, right, or middle, is Ender, wins. What do they win, Ender?
Oh, they will win one of my prints. One of my prints that are collectible prints, and their number. So they're only made.
They're signed by
you?
They're
signed and they're numbered by me.
Well, there you go. So you're gonna win this. The first person that replies. Is there a comment you want to read, or
each print has a. We got. Let's see. We got Antonella. She said in black T-shirt. Was not the correct answer yet. But I do have Elizabeth Guns who said red shirt. Elizabeth got it. Yeah.
Elizabeth good. All right, look. I mean, come on. Antonella was. I mean, you actually do look. You do look like your brother right there on the black shirt.
Yeah.
But obviously, the flamboyant Ender Martos was was already from the get-go.
Yeah.
Here is some of the pictures that Vernal takes, and just like Ender said, that was a really great experience because we really went through the whole situation. Okay, who is still in Venezuela? Everybody has left.
Yeah.
All the creative class has left.
Yeah, I called a couple of friends that were into the RTF in Venezuela, and then the one is in Berlin and the other one is in Argentina, and he was like, I find it really hard for you to find anybody down there, but
anybody that's good or anybody that
right, that has the skills, the great skills to, especially when we were looking at to have documented artwork from the mountains. That's what we wanted to show. That the mountains are huge, and they're like every morning I remember waking up, you have them there, and so we were like exploring, and then my sister came around and she said, you should contact my friend Ronald, and I met him a few years here in Austin actually, and I went and I was not familiar all the way with his work, but I knew he was a photographer, so we found out that he has an amazing
it was crazy.
Yeah,
it was like
amazing series of
we went to his website. Oh yeah, my friend Ronald. Okay, well, let's see what Ronald got.
Yeah.
And then we were blown away by
Yeah.
the stuff. I mean, this guy has done some beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
But he had never done video, so he had only done photographs where he just sits right there. And then so we said, look, just go there, and just
Yeah.
put your thing right there, just like that, just like a photograph, and let it sit there. And then he did, and then he also just took his drone and got a shot of this Laguna Negra. I think they went there, and you know, like the lagoon, and then like in the Paramo in the Andes, which is, you know, it's like the South American Alps, you know. Like
that area is about 3,000 meters over the sea level. That laguna.
That is how many feet?
Yeah. Oh, that's a good question.
3,000 feet. How many meters is? How many? 3,000 meters. 3,000
Yeah.
meters.
So it's like the highest point when you're crossing the mountains to go from Merida to the next city, Valera, for example, that you go all the way up, and that's and then you take a quick detour, and then you get to the Laguna Negra.
Yeah, I would say it's about 11,000, 12,000, because it's 9,000 something feet or 3,000 something meters.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's about 3,800 meters. But anyways, he did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
This is room 1. We recommend you to go through all the. We have we curated this content from Vimeo. Obviously, it's available to everyone. The Cruz Diaz Foundation is doing some amazing content as well. So you can there are different foundations that in fact right here you can go, and there are links to everybody. I'll definitely have to give a shout out from Vector Dragonfly, because if you like that video of Venezuela, there are some very beautiful shots. Not all of them were from Ronald Romero. We took from different two other creators in Venezuela, and one of them is Vector Dragonfly, and they have some beautiful drone shots. Those drone shots of yourself, Canaima, it's theirs, and it's like, I mean, it's quite striking, you know. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, like Robert first put it on the article. It felt like it was unplugged from an IMAX.
Yeah, that's a funny thing that he said. Yeah, and so the Cruz Diaz Foundation, the Cisneros Foundation, the Gego Foundation. All these people have been very nice into creating all this particular content and letting it use. And so this is the room 1. And then it takes you, now we're going to go into room 2. You want to check some comments?
Yes, I'll actually, I have a few comments from Dulce Martos, my sister. She said, I love room 1. Happy face. And then I got Elizabeth Gons, we mentioned before, but she had a few comments before she won the print. She said, magnífico haber crecido allí. It was magnificent to grow up in Venezuela or in that place. And then I got Andres Sosa Rodriguez. He said goosebumps. So that's great. Great.
There was a comment of Pilar Leoni at some point as well, maybe up.
Let's see.
We basically invited all of our friends and family to comment and come, you know. So this is whoever comes in right here, extra. You're coming into a very personal. That's what we wanted to do, just a personal conversation, a personal presentation of this work. Right now.
I got the comment of Alexandra Chavez de Vernal. And it was like one of the earliest one. And she said, what inspired you to do this project? And I think life inspired me, nature inspired me, and you know, and the challenge of you know, how do you go from the normal classical exhibition that you go into a gallery, into a virtual gallery, into a virtual exhibition. That was something that was very challenging, and definitely someone that I've been working with all this time. And it was Sergio who was like, you know, experienced enough to create this storytelling, you know, journey in order to create this. So that was the inspiration for me. Was like all the artwork and the nature, and Sergio himself is getting inspiration from some of the work that I've been doing, and vice versa. I totally very inspired about his work. Let's see.
Well, thanks a lot. Yeah. So, what inspires you to create a piece of art? Alexandra, I mean, like, you know, tons of things. Obviously, all kinds of things have happened this past year. It's been such a tough year and an interesting year at the same time, and we get a chance to reinvent things. And people want to do some. People talk about virtual this, virtual that, and come on. I mean, like, what does virtual mean? Is it going to be just something that is completely unhuman, that we're unable to truly enjoy? So it takes like that. That is inspiring. That is a challenge that is inspiring. Just to try to solve that. And then obviously the art and everything else that we have been talking about. It's also very inspiring that we're living in such a crazy moment in Venezuela. Like, everything that you saw, even though some parts of it in this video remain, and some of the nature parts, even Canaima has like. It was great to get this guy who just went to the Paramo. So this is a really brand new. We got this guy went with a drone and shot this not too long ago, about a couple of months ago, and it still looks like this. So there is obviously there's a lot of hope in Venezuela, but there is also just parts that have, you know, close to Canaima. There is already just mining that is happening. So it's crazy to be in this moment right now, and therefore it's important to just that we as artists and communicators do something about it. So that is also very inspiring. It's inspiring to just to have this huge challenge of life, into like, do you care about your country or you don't care about your country?
Mm-hmm.
And if you do care about your country, then what do you do? Correct? I mean, you say.
Yeah.
I know that my mom had made a comment, so you better read her comment, otherwise.
I like to read it, but I don't have it here, so I don't want to make up any comments, you know. But I think we definitely should go into room 2. What do you think, Sergio?
Sounds great. We're going to room 2, and then we'll see what do we get. All right, so room 2. And notice this, this is by design. We decided that the room 2, whenever you hit room 2, it takes you back to the lobby. All right, it takes you. There's no way to really for you to go from room 1 to room 2, unless you. I mean, you can. There are ways you can cheat, you know, but you have to go back to the lobby and then enter room 2. So you're always being like brought back to the lobby to enter the other room, and then that way it kind of like pushes you to read to just, you know, because there's a door to that particular room, so you read the door of that room, and then here we are in room 2, and we're gonna now play the video of room 2. Does that sound like a good idea?
Yes, please.
And here we go.
Welcome to Austin, the capital of Texas, the beautiful city where I have lived and worked for over 21 years. A town that has always inspired me and pushed me to find my voice as an artist. Texas is now my new home away from home. Finding a new home has been an active process. It has forced me to always open myself to other people's perspectives. It has also forced me to explore and allow my surroundings to affect me and even transform who I am. My condition as an immigrant in the US has been a central theme throughout my work. I am fascinated with connections, interconnections, and the different networks that immigrants create to survive and thrive. I have explored these themes visually with my paintings, sculptures, and other forms of media. Through my work, I'm always asking myself, who are you, Ender? Where do you come from? Who have you become? These questions gave life to my latest series, Reflections, where I use reflective materials to invite the viewer to look at themselves within the piece and become an active part of the conversation. Being a South American immigrant in the US has also pushed me to play with a wide range of materials that help me convey the idea that I'm always an outsider. I like when these personal thoughts connect with the viewers. However, my main goal is for them to enjoy their own experiences and interpretations.
When I first saw this piece, I saw it in a photo. I liked it. I saw it on the studio wall. I really liked it. Then they brought it in here, and I loved it. You see something every day, it's something different. And it brings a calmness, a peacefulness, and a happiness to our lives.
The fact that it jumped off the wall to me the moment I walked by the windows, I knew we got up close, and it was just fascinating seeing it up close in the detail. This is definitely going to signify a period in our life that I don't think anyone's going to forget. But the fact that Ender's art has so much life to it, just to remember that just even though you're at home, you can still relax and life was going to go on.
En esta sección de 21 muestro diferentes trabajos que fueron influenciados por mi experiencia como inmigrante en Texas. Esto incluye trabajos en fotografía y video que he realizado por mi cuenta y en colaboración con otros artistas inmigrantes que comparten mis vivencias. De todos los lugares a los que pude haber emigrado, venirme a Austin fue la decisión acertada. Aquí he tenido el chance de vivir momentos únicos. Y aun cuando el crecimiento acelerado ha traído sus grandes retos, también ha traído personas de todas partes del mundo. Ahora nos toca a todos construir un nuevo Texas en conjunto.
Hey, so I hope you guys enjoy the second room. Well, this second room is basically inspired by the other 21 years, a little bit more than 21 years that I've been living in Austin, where I had the opportunity to become an artist. I went to the University of Texas into the visual art program, and that's where I started experimenting a lot with different media, in which I had such a great experience, and I had some really amazing professors there too. So, you know, as you can tell, you know, through the videos, that I landed in Austin, and it was the right decision back then, and I'm totally happy to be here. And the following are like the pieces here that I have into the room 2 is the ones that I've been inspired by living in Austin. For example, this dusk impression, it's part of my latest series called Reflections. And this is where I want the viewer to interact with the piece by having themselves reflected into the piece and somehow enter and add a different experience. Where they were quite difficult to document, just to say, because what you see in here is a mirror, but I was attracted to the idea of having it without any kind of reflection. So at the moment, and to get it a good impression, and then this is something also similar to what I've been doing with monofilament, but in this case I was you know, when I started going to school here, I started, you know, taking some of the painting classes where I was involved with working with acrylic paints, and then that's where like I started playing with shades and basically bringing some of these colors into a flat surface where you can almost feel like it's coming out of you, but it wasn't. And then on top of that, I had these other layers of monofilament. Then let's see, we get some other one. Centrifugal force of geometry. This piece was that was like one of the pieces where it took me a little while to figure it out, because it was done. It took me about a year or so to come up with the solution of this piece, because I wanted to replicate the same circles in the back, on the background, with the circles that are formed with the monofilament, and I was you know, going back and forward. It was a little bit challenging, just trying to figure out the mathematics behind it. But I started working with a computer program that made life easier. So that's where I started working with AutoCAD and figured out all the measurements, and then that from that point, a year of waiting to figure it out turned out to be probably a couple of months to finish it. Let's see, what else do we have here?
All the, I have to say, all this, the room 2, all the photos of room 2, all the artwork that you have is stunning. I really enjoy it quite a bit. I enjoy, in particular, let's see if you can put me up right here, Rami. I would say that one of my favorite ones is this one right here. I think is a beautiful. And you know, one of the things that I like about this, obviously what you're seeing right now is nothing of what it feels like when you're walking next to it. This is always moving. So and it's moving in all kinds of directions. If you're tall, if you're short, your perspective is going to change. If you decide to if you're moving and having a conversation and you're kind of like looking at it but not, that is also obviously going to change your experience. So, and this one right here is another experience. This 2D is a bit more like, okay, well, it's a bit more I guess a tamed experience, but it's a really pretty experience as well. I think that they do translate very well into this 2D sort of environment. You know, I think that they look very just clean and mathematical. I mean, like this one right here is something I can just look at the entire day. You know?
And this is another piece that was also, it took me, as you can tell, from year 2014 to 2016 to finish. I mean, I had it, I started it in 2014, and then I considered it wasn't finished, and then I came back and continued working, and I wasn't completely satisfied, and you know, like sometimes we're not very satisfied with our own work, so it's just like continue working on it until like finally consider it finished.
Yeah. This one's right here as well. It's another example of something that I'm like, I can, this, even though this is an image of something that is supposed to be 3D and supposed to be experienced live, it's a beautiful image, you know. It's something that you see and you're like, I don't know, it has a very mystical part to it.
Yeah, I was only playing with 3 colors here, so I did, for the most part I use more than 3 colors, but I wanted to just like, you know, I set up some rules. Sometimes, depending on the inspiration level, sometimes I just go really spontaneous and I just play with different colors. But some other times I just set up some kind of rules where I, you know, control pretty much everything from the beginning to the end. And this piece was kind of like one of those examples where I just wanted to play with 3 colors. And this very particular acrylic sheets is a fluorescent color that naturally, along with the monofilament, it absorbs the light and it feels like it's glowing. It's hard to tell from the photo. I mean, you can tell a little bit.
You can tell, though, yeah, but you're
but
right. They glow on their own.
Yeah. So it was a nice piece.
We added this photo of you just to show the people that, you know, there is that reflection aspect of those. This one is one of them that is a complete. It's a mirror, so obviously you can't really feel it when you're looking at this right now. But it still is pretty as well.
Oh yeah, I think that was the challenge that I had, and you know, it's hard to like portray that through just a video, or I mean, not actually video, but what I'm saying in a digital world. So I was making sure that these photographs were well taken, you know, like with precision, and kind of like, so the viewer would be able to kind of see the dimensions and all of these different layers that these pieces had. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, Romina took some of these pictures as well. I remember whenever we took this picture that's supposed to be, this is a reflective. How do you take a picture of a mirror, of a huge mirror? I mean, so we had to come up with that. Luckily, Ender is like is a builder of extraordinaire. So we devised this rig where we cut a little hole and
right. Yeah, I mean, we combined forces because very limited knowledge behind the camera, and Romina does such a great job in taking these photographs along with Sergio, like. But so I was able to figure out a way to like hang this white background and then, you know, poking a hole in through the canvas, and you guys were able to like later on, you know, on the post-production, you know, do certain touches there where you would not see the hole anymore. So it was great.
This is a photo of Ender and I 21 years ago.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's bringing me so many memories, man. Wow.
And so this is part of the extra content of room two, Ender, and this is I guess the funny part about veintiuno. I don't think that people really quite understand whenever they're seeing a video. For example, all the layers of like these two shots are 3 years apart. You know,
yeah.
So just and you can tell it in whoever pays close attention. And then this shot right here, which is you in the
that was in 2015.
This one, and then this one is 2018. So this one is 3 years apart as well. So you're right there. You're watching 6 years of. So this is one when we were doing something for Visit Houston at that point. And so we went to all these museums. We went to the Rothko Chapel, which is so I mean, imagine all this footage is footage of, you know.
Dan Flavin.
We had all this. We had to get permission to get into this.
The Menil collection.
Yeah, for sure. So it kind of is. You know, obviously, we have been. I didn't do this. This was you, and when you were in the school with the America Alienated. But this is a collaboration that has, I guess, it started 21 years ago.
Yeah.
And so the culmination, veintiuno is kind of, and this room is sort of a culmination of at least 12 years of shooting.
Wow, yeah, the photographs of the American Alienated are from 2007. That was right.
But you can see this is the Mueller.
Right, that's Mueller, which it was literally they're barely starting the development in that area. It was just a few houses there, you know, and we took advantage of it because I wanted to like kind of like replicate the idea of a borderline, you know, and then the control tower from the old airport was like, which still remains there, but at the moment it was like completely isolated there, and there was not much going on, and we had this little lake back there, and you know, and then we went there on a Sunday where, you know, there was nobody there, so bringing all these like bricks and building it up, the setup, it was a nice experience getting this piece, you know.
In fact, so we should move. I'm seeing that there is you know, we probably should move to room 3.
Okay.
And then really go to the questions and answers. And we have a new video, a brand new video that we wanted to show to everyone. But you want to go ahead and give away one of these cards, alien cards?
Yeah, let's do that.
What's the question?
Well, I wanted to maybe do the small one, you know, like, so okay, you can take it with you, and you know, if you get stopped by immigration, you can pull it out. Who knows? Maybe they'll let you go.
The most important thing that you can have. This is it.
Yeah.
You know, if you have a problem in the interspatial world, you can pull this out. So yeah, so we give it away. We're gonna say, okay, so in this video, all right, here's a question. You guys think what you tell me what you think about this question right here, all right? Whoa, we left room 2. Okay, so here's room 2. In this video, we show in the video of room 2, we show different.
Well, find my voice as an active
museums.
process.
Okay.
It has forced
here
me
it
to
is.
always open.
Where is this? What museum is this? You like that question?
Yeah, within the video, okay. You're talking about this one, right?
Yes.
Okay. We'll wait. We'll wait to see if anybody has any answers, and we can definitely. But we can play the third room. In the meantime, I put an eye on it. If anybody gives us an answer, then I'll stop you and.
There we go. So that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
So there it is.
This museum.
What is the name of this museum? You win an intergalactic resin card.
Resin card. Be protected from any nation.
Yeah, what city? I mean, what museum? What's the name of the museum? All right, so we're back to room 3. We're back to the lobby. All right, so once again we went to room 3 and then took us back to the lobby. You get the chance to. If you want to go back to room 1, is your choice. You know, if you want to go back into this and just watch this again and watch the 21 faces, is your choice. Or if you want, you can just, like, when you prepare, you go to room 3. And here comes room 3. This is our last room. And then we hope you enjoy this particular video. It's a very special video. Here we go. You guys are ready?
Y así, de repente, me encuentro atrapado en un sueño un tanto extraño. En el sueño corro a través de un laberinto frío e interminable, en donde por más que busco, nunca encuentro la salida. Y mientras corro, pienso en mi madre y padre, y en ese niño hijo que era yo, que creció para ser artista. Quizás lo más angustiante de este sueño, además de sentirme incapaz de resolver este laberinto, es pensar que el sueño continúe una vez que abra los ojos. For the 21st year of the 21st century, I have a very special new set of resolutions. First, I am going to use any opportunity I get to celebrate life. I am going to stop taking nature for granted and see it for what it is, our best friend. I am going to make new friends and feel comfortable with anyone who thinks differently than me. And I'm going to create. And I'm going to never stop creating bigger and better projects that I can share with people in their communities. Using art as a tool to bring a bit of light to these very dark times. Using art as the vehicle to envision what our cities could look like in the post-pandemic world. Cities where art always plays a central role, so we can inspire people and bring everyone together. A vision where artists are always collaborating with other professionals from different backgrounds to transform old public and private spaces and make them more inviting, more creative, more human. These are my goals and wishes for this new period of 21. To see a paradigm shift where we treat artists as the treasure of our towns and cities, because the world without artists is a world without purpose, without feelings, and without hope.
I think art is more important than ever to make us think about the state of the world. It's a way of finding peace in turbulent times. So I hope people go back to their galleries and art museums to find a place that is good for their soul, to find some peace, and to come together as a community to find solutions that are good for all of us.
Te invito ahora a disfrutar de algunos bosquejos de instalaciones que he creado o diseñado. piezas que he hecho en colaboración con diferentes profesionales con la idea de transformar y mejorar espacios públicos o privados usando el poder del arte. También te invito a conocer más acerca de los 21 rostros de venezolanos inmigrantes que forman parte de esta exhibición. Ellos son un ejemplo de la gran diversidad que existía en Venezuela, que ahora es parte de una nueva diversidad en los Estados Unidos. Muy pocos de verdad entienden el camino transitado por los venezolanos. Han sido décadas de angustia e incertidumbre, en donde simplemente salir a pasear de noche podría fácilmente costarte tu vida. Ahora que existen venezolanos esparcidos por todas partes del mundo, espero que este año 21 del siglo XXI logremos iniciar un nuevo renacimiento cultural que nos empuje a todos a correr juntos para finalmente así encontrar la salida.
All right. So that was the video of room 3, okay, of veintiuno.art. This is room 3. We call this room Finding Purpose in the Chaos. And basically we'll go through the art right now, and then we kind of wanted to keep this about an hour. Now we're moving to about an hour 15. If you guys are having a good time in your comments, just let us know, and we'll continue talking for a little bit. But yeah, this is the room 1. You want to talk a little bit about your pieces, Ender?
Yeah. As I was mentioning in the video, I think we all have such a rough time this past year with the pandemic, and then I definitely veintiuno has a meaning of hope, and with this I like to this room 3 was with the idea of like talk about the resolutions that I like to achieve in the near future in the next 21 years. And then that's why on this room I don't have any artwork in physical, because I want to just project certain ideas. I will definitely like to go bigger and better with some of these pieces, inundating the Austin and other cities here in Texas and probably outside of Texas. So this is one of the projects. It was meant to be in an atrium of 4 floors, where you can see some of these monofilament cylinders going through 4 floors, and then the next one.
And I would say that what is because that's definitely one of the collaborators right here. Your friend from works with you in this particular renderings, these beautiful renderings of.
Yeah, that's right. That's Diego Araujo. He's actually from Merida as well. He's one of the other Venezuelans that have to flip the country. He's a great architect, and he's been working with me in the last few years with these beautiful renderings. Whenever I have a project coming up, and how do I visualize and put it in a digital environment to propose an idea to a new client. He is the person who makes these beautiful renders, and this is one of the ones that he made for me, and which I would love to, make it happen anytime soon. Also, this is another one that.
That one was quite an interesting situation. It involved like sort of cylinders coming in with lights, and all these thousands of lights cut into a very shiny. Was that what you were telling me?
Yeah. So the idea of this piece is that it was a hanging piece, and I wanted to have continue with this reflection idea, but also to include the viewer within the piece. It was it's hard to tell from the photograph, from the render, that there's a reflecting material. You kind of tell a little bit, but that was the idea. There was the idea of having the different hands that involve or suggest the community, the society, that all are involved there with different colors that portray our different backgrounds from different, parts of the world, and we're all together within this society, and we're putting our hands together, and at the same time the viewer that are interacting with this piece, walking through the space, can reflect themselves within the piece. At the same time, these hands were going to have this slowly motion of degradation of light that was going up and down, like mimicking a heartbeat. It was kind of like the idea that felt like it was alive, and a sphere that felt alive. And then this is kind of like similar to some of the other projects.
This one you have done already?
Yeah, this is the one, kind of like the same idea where it started. And this piece, the only thing different in this piece to the one that I already made was like this has lighting in the bottom and the top, so it gives another layer of illusion within the piece.
And the other one that you made is much taller right now.
Right, the one it was.
So basically, the idea is for you. This is one that you are planning on doing more and more in multiple places.
Right. These are ideas that were, recollected and put them together, and which they're still there, and there's still way more things that I can add to these. It's a work in progress, but to see what the different avenues of illusions that I can go with.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Maybe just hit me up to 4 camera. So then we have some extra content also in this room, just like anything. I mean, we have some videos about some of the artists that are featured in room 3, which is room 3 is almost like this ode or visual poem to artists, basically to artists in the pandemic. It's kind of like a call to arms to all artists and Venezuelans, but definitely all artists to do something right now. And we had the participation of Florencia Mazzano from and she did a great job, and she's from the Blanton, and she had some very interesting things to say. But Stave is one of them. Patrick Fagerberg, who's around here today, also helping out.
Patrick.
This is actually a little some other stuff that is quite interesting about the artists that are featured right here, that I guess part of the community. One thing that Ender had talked about, the Graceful Celebration of Diversity. These are some pictures of Graceful Celebration of Diversity at the MAC. And I think that is quite important that we do, obviously a pause and talk about the MAC, because all this was possible because of the MAC. The MAC is we're right now in the Facebook page of the MAC. You guys are interacting through that. The MAC provides just a platform, a very interesting platform for. Olivia tells me actually that the audio may be cutting in and out. So if the audio is cutting in and out, let us know. Hopefully it's not an issue. Anyways, go to you can see this exhibition, this sculpture, beautiful sculpture at the MAC. And we definitely wanted to thank Olivia, who is the program director of the MAC, Jesus, Luis. Definitely Luis has been just a fantastic person. Luis is featured at some point in the video. He's a great artist and fantastic person. And Olivia has been just also amazing. Everybody at the MAC that has, they have really been passionate about this project.
Very creative folks. Yeah,
they're super nice folks, super creative folks, and actually, here's a video that we don't have, and we'll maybe add in on the about section. Here's a video about the MAC that and about that specific
piece,
piece, and I will tell you just how you can interact with the piece itself. And this is Olivia Tamzarian, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
Hi, my name is Olivia Tamzarian, and I'm the supervisor here at the Mexican American Cultural Center. I'm here to talk a little bit about the center and about Ender Martos' exhibit, Veintiuno. The MAC is dedicated to preserving and promoting the culture of Mexican Americans and Latinos. I supervise programming, which means I have oversight on the different collaborations we have and bringing in artists, and then also working with members of the community to help them present their artwork through MAC platforms. My goal is really about kind of community involvement and how to bring art to the community. A lot of people, when they think of museums, they think of kind of this like cold, separate place where art is kind of frozen in time, or like it's a more of a historical reference, especially kids, you know, that they experience art as something that they have to learn for a grade. And I really want to explore ways that the community can be involved in art making and art presentation and then promotion and preservation, because it's really about reflecting what the community is already doing in our space. Here at the MAC, we have exhibitions in our gallery, and of course, before we close due to the pandemic, we have a lot of youth programs as well. So the MAC is really about having a place in Austin for the Latinx community to come together and create and present their artwork. And also holding space in Austin. The city is quickly gentrifying, and having a spot in downtown Austin that represents the history of Mexicanos and Latinos in Austin is an important kind of symbolic gesture. We've been looking forward to Ender's exhibition for about 3 years. He was nominated for our Awards of Excellence and actually received the prize. Obviously, I wish we could have the exhibit in person, but having it digitally available for everybody to view around the world is, you know, also a huge plus. So I'm excited about it. So this is Graceful Celebration of Diversity, and I think the diversity is really evident in the color scheme. I love color. For me, as soon as I saw this piece, like I smiled. I saw it installed in East Austin, and we knew we had to have this here at the MAC. It's a really, really powerful piece. You know, you have the juxtaposition of form and color. So you can see like the stones reflect kind of the bright limestone of the MAC. So it really ties in with the architecture of the MAC. Because of the angles that you see and the way that Ender's created this kind of movement, for me, it never looks the same. It's dizzying almost, because it's kind of in constant movement. So it really takes the artistic eye, and it takes Ender's genius to see how you can create movement in a still structure. And so as you're walking around and kind of experiencing almost like an optical illusion of what's going on with all the bars, it reminds us that nothing is static. Even something, you know, that's made out of a solid material, it's constantly changing. And I think that's very symbolic. The structures are almost kind of the size of a person. So if you want to read into kind of more of the symbolic nature, for me, it's about having kind of different, almost like monoliths that could represent different cultures. They could represent different pieces of a personality, different colors, you know, different perspectives really. And so I like how the monoliths are all different perspectives, but they have a unity. There's a lot of ways, I think, to interpret the sculpture, and I just want people to come and see it for themselves and take a walk in different times of the day and see how it changes color. Today we're here on kind of an overcast day. The sculpture is just glowing. It's super, super vibrant, and there's really no shadows. But then you come here on a sunny day, and all you see are these amazing cast shadows, and it's really about the playing of light and color. So you can take a photo and tag yourself and use the hashtag 21 and tell us a little bit about why you love Austin's diversity and what this sculpture means to you.
So there was a video about the wonderful and beautiful both Olivia and the sculpture of Ender. I think that it looks really nice at the MAC. It's definitely a treat to go see. And that day we were talking about this because that day Olivia was we were scheduled to shoot, and then it was so cold. I mean, it was this was the beginning. I mean, it was the day before the storm. Basically, that's what happened. You know.
Yeah.
The day before the storm, so we show up and it's cold.
Yeah.
And Olivia just braved it. That is
totally.
That is pure
she made it
commitment.
she made such a great job. She was like, fearless to the cold weather.
Did such a great job. And then she was like a natural born talker right there. And so this is the hashtag that you had said at some point early for whoever is still just watching this. Hopefully thousands of people enjoying in a rave party with social distancing, a virtual rave party. So if you go to see this wonderful sculpture, you can use this hashtag on Instagram, and we'll be monitoring it, and you'll be able to just kind of like tell us what you think about diversity, and we'll be able to read your comments and kind of like interact with you, you know. So the Mac is also going to be looking at the comments as well. All right, well, great. So this is the last room, that is the about. What we got right here. I mean, you can explore other parts of it. Definitely, if you go into the thing, you can learn more about the exhibit. But I think that if you came into this showing and you have been here with us for all this time, through all of our fumbles and whatnot, I'm pretty sure that you got quite a bit of a good understanding of what this exhibit is all about. And then please sign the guest book. We are going to be giving away another thing just to the guest book signers, and that will be sent out later tomorrow. And then for now, though, we had promised three things to give away.
Yeah.
And what happened with what is it that people are going to be getting right now? What was the second giveaway, first of all?
So the second giveaway was. Am I on the camera yet?
All right, let me just put you on the.
Okay. Here it is. So the second giveaway was one of these beautiful resin alien cards, and we were hoping that someone made a comment on it. And see, let me double check here. I see the Elizabeth Goons. She wants more prizes, of course. She wants
them
it.
all.
Yeah, that's great. So she said Texas Memorial Museum ? Is it? I'm sorry, Elizabeth. No, it's not. Good try though. It was a good try. But let's see. Anybody else? She said she's continuing to have some other comments. Great presentation for the museum. She's also very proud of having a Venezuelan doing this. It goes and opens new times. Antonella says, fantastic presentation on diversity. Thanks, Olivia. That's great comments. But I'm gonna give it one more chance. Maybe you're not gonna be participating, but I have someone else. What do you think, Patrick?
Well, I think I need a resident alien card.
You need one?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but what's the answer?
At Houston Museum of Fine Art.
Oh yeah.
and like I said in my comment, man, I think one day soon your art will probably be shown there, man.
That's great.
Patrick says that the
Patrick here. There you go.
Thanks, man. Just officially welcome me into your world.
Thank you. Yeah, you got it. Now you're safe. You're never gonna be kicked out
of planet Earth. Well, thanks, Ender.
The part is that Patrick is actually was born in Cuernavaca, Mexico.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, so he needs that intergalactic residence card for sure. You never know,
And I will carry it proudly.
That's fantastic. So,
but we got another
giveaway.
We got another giveaway.
Let's do it. Another giveaway. Okay, here's another giveaway.
Here's the question. Who is the person who wrote or made all the music for the videos? For room 1, room 2, and room 3.
Who is the person that made the music for all veintiuno? You get a copy. In fact, you can even find it out, because I mean it really is like it's somewhere. You can
somewhere. It's easy
It's easy to find. So
The giveaway will be another print.
another beautiful print. Ta-da-da.
Well,
In fact, I mean,
this is unrelated, but Ronald Romero just made a comment. Saludos, Ender. Excelente presentación. Saying hi, excellent presentation. That's great.
Ronald Romero is once again. Let me actually just go ahead and go beat me up to number 4 right there. Ronald Romero. Is it ronaldromero.com? ronaldromero.com.
There's an infinity of windows open.
ronaldromero.com. This is his website. It's a very beautiful website. He takes some really awesome pictures. I really recommend the work that he does or he has done in the Paramo. It's just quite striking, very beautiful stuff. So thank you very much, Ronald, for looking and watching and for collaborating and for having, you know, and he mentioned to us, and this is the saddest part of Venezuela. It's just very unsafe. Merida used to be such a safe place. It was like paradise on earth.
Yeah.
And so even just taking the camera out to do something, it is quite it's a tough deal. So he braved it. He took his drone to the thing, and then and then he gets these pictures, and like obviously these are also his pictures from not only just from veintiuno. He goes there on a regular basis, and he takes this is the Paramo of Merida. You know, this is the Frailejones. This water is super cold coming in from a glacier. I mean, this is a beautiful Merida, and I think that it's clear that Ronald really loves Merida. But yeah, anybody figured out here what is your question? Who made the music? Who made the music? Well, look, you know, if I'm gonna talk about that. I'll tell it because you know we need to talk about this guy. Or
Sure.
Do we wait?
I mean, we can throw another question, and then let it have it there. See someone even after the presentation.
Yes.
They can, if they answer, then we go ahead and.
I love that. I love that idea.
So you can talk about it.
Okay. Well, check this out. Here's an easy question. This is what I propose. We were talking about how is this part called of Merida? How is this part called of Merida? You know, how is this area right here that we're showing that Ron Romero went and photographed? How is that area called? All right. You can even say what state is from. How about that question? Easier. The easiest of all. What state is it? What state is
Piece
it?
of cake.
Piece of cake. And then we'll talk about, look, you know, so Gian de Oliveira is, we have to give a shout out to Gian de Oliveira because
Yes.
Gian de Oliveira,
Gian de Oliveira used to be, he is still part of it.
something else.
Okay.
No, I was looking at some of the pictures themselves. Gian de Oliveira is what we were saying.
I say Gian de Oliveira is part of a band of hard rock from Venezuela called Candy 66. And this band rocks. They can, you know, fill a stadium full of people. They open for some of the greatest band from the US that went down there. Was it Metallica?
Yeah, I mean, look, you know, this guy is a musical genius. He now lives in Portugal. He does all kinds of
great musician.
He's a fantastic producer. He's a fantastic composer, and he's a legend in the national rock scene in Venezuela. The first metal band to ever get signed by a major label. You know.
Yeah.
Or you know, I mean, there were some metal bands, but I guess the new wave of metal. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Got it. Yeah.
Well, cool. I mean, I don't have to whoever answers those questions. You still have, his name is Gian de Oliveira. You can even write Gian de Oliveira and then you win it. Just write Gian de Oliveira and you win it. But I don't know. Do you have anything else to add?
Well, I'm just very grateful that you guys tune in with us here today. And we'll hope to see you soon. Go to see the piece at the Mexican American Culture Center. Leave your comments, interact with the piece, and happy Sunday.
I would say that. Happy Sunday to everyone. It was a pleasure being here today. I apologize for all the fumbles and all different things, but we're doing this live. You know, and it has been a great experience to work on this. And I really want to thank everyone. Jesus is right here on the other line. Look, here it is. You know, just so you know all the different folks and faces that are happening. Romina is right here. Will you at least stick your hand into it? She's the one behind the controls, making all this happen right now. Patrick came to help us out. So this is a great kind of family community of artists making all this happen to you. This is as real as it gets. Would you say so?
Yeah. Thank you again. We'll see you soon.